Hey, I'm a Decathlon gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you'd like to see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2019, episode number 7. We are into our second season, heading into the conference portion of our schedule. First up, we've got 3 road games out of the first 4 in this chunk of the schedule. It's going to be hard to get some wins, and it's going to be hard to get some wins in general until I get some more recruits in. Our first wave of recruits have made a slight improvement to the team, as a couple of them stepped right into the starting lineup, slightly better than the group that just graduated. But it's going to take a couple of years of players like Brian Watkinson, over 63 recruit in the nation, coming in and helping boost this squad a bit. So the big goal for this season is not get relegated for the second time in a row and have our prestige plummet yet further. So Air Force, Tulane, Hawaii, and I'm trying to remember how to say their name. I think it's like DeKent, even though it's spelled differently than that, but only heard it a couple times in all these years. So first up, here is Air Force. We will go ahead and watch this game and see if we can't pull off an upset on the road. My RPI is one of those goes to show just how bad we are things, as it is at 273. We both have identical 5 and 6 records. That's encouraging. And we get the game underway. And we got a dead ball right off the bat. Okay, we draw the foul on this one, go to the free throw line, miss the first, make the second, to open the game with a 1-0 lead. After that, we actually get a little bit of live action here before a traveling call on Air Force gets us the ball back, and we've got a 5-2 lead after the first handful of possessions. Lead cut to 1 on that. Work the ball inside, but it's going to go the other way. They get the bucket there to take the lead. We draw the foul there from the elbow. And was he taking the shot? No. It's a dead ball. Ball in. A little bit of momentum for Air Force, but we get the 3-pointer, I believe, there, as we take a 9-7 lead now. And they level the score. And we've got our first media timeout. Draw the foul on that shot. Go to the line. Carr makes the first and the second. Foul there. I think that's a dead ball. Yes, it is. On the ground, and that shot goes up near side, just off the block, and another foul. So we're doing a good job of drawing some fouls early on. That's their 4th already. That could give us an advantage later in the half. Carr misses the first, but he does make the second one. Dead ball, no foul called. Ball tipped out of bounds. Couple quick possessions back and forth here. Air Force struggling to get the ball inside. It looks like their movement is forcing them to stay outside, so our defense is preventing the inside work. We got a small lead here, and after that 3, we just stretched out a little bit, 17-12, about halfway through the first half. Right now, Mickey Williams has 6 points, but he also has 2 fouls, the reason for him being on the bench. Henderson's got 4 points. The early rebound advantage is very much our way, as well as that foul advantage. So both of those are benefiting us, as we're +5 on rebounds early in this game. Bellamy makes 1 of 2 as we go to the free throw line again. 5-point lead. You would think from the stats it should actually be a little bit bigger. The fact that we are out rebounding them, the fact that we are we've had 10 free throw attempts and they haven't had one yet till now. But poor free throw shooting so far, as we're just 6 of 10. We've given away 4 points right there. It could be 29-22. Number of misses there, and we get called for traveling on that one. Yet another foul. We're already into the bonus. We missed the 1-and-1. And all of a sudden, Air Force picks up a little momentum and have the lead, but we take it right back at the other end. Oh, another traveling call. This one on Mickey Williams. Go ahead and use a timeout here. Make some adjustments here, as Air Force has had a fair amount of momentum for a little while here, and we finally get some back. And we quickly turn that into 5 points in just 2 possessions and get the lead right back. Good timing on that timeout. Oh, defensive foul. So now it's leveling off. They haven't gone beyond that 7th foul in the last 7 or 8 minutes, as there's another call. 1-and-1, makes the first, makes the second. And they're getting us on a lot more fouls. That was our last one to give. Now we're into the bonus. This is the first, though. Dead ball, they get it back, and they make that one. So we trail by 1 here, just before the half. And after a 1-and-1 goes missed, our last 1-and-1 before we get the double bonus. They get 2 fouls at the other end, and it's halftime. We trail by 2. Second half already underway. Rebound lead is down to a +3. Turnover lead is down to a -3 now. Both teams shooting about 50%. Free throws a bit of a difference in this game, as we're just 10 of 17, just 58%. I mean, those are Shaq kind of numbers. Good start to the half, has us up 4. And we draw a foul. That's already 3 on Air Force. So again, here in the second half, some early fouls impacting this game. That ball turned over. We get that one back. Working the ball well. We get inside. Low block. Shot goes up. Draw the foul. Miss the free throw again. Make 1 of 2. But we could be up big if we were making our free throws. We've had 8 misses. If we make even just 4 or 6 of those, we're into double digits. Either way, we're just about there now, as it's 51-42, but Air Force makes that bucket from the free throw line to cut the lead. TV timeout here. Little momentum for Air Force. We draw the foul. This might be a good time. Let's go ahead and use a 30 to see if we can cut some of that momentum out before they start catching up on us. Another missed free. Both free throws missed. We're down to 16 of 26 now. And then we commit the foul at this end. That was a terrible sequence coming out of that timeout. So one timeout has worked out well for us, and one has been a bit of a disaster. The lead's down to 3, but another foul, and we're already into 1-and-1 territory with 13:40 left to play here in the second half, and we get both free throws this time. Rebound after the miss, but it quickly went back the other way. Couple dead balls here. And they go 2 of 2 after getting fouled on the shot. We get the offensive rebound this time. Draw the foul. TV timeout. Make both free throws, and the lead is at 3. Foul's starting to go back and forth at the moment. Boy, we just got called for 2 fouls on that same possession. That hurts. We went from 3 to 5. After 9th, we're going to be in the double bonus the rest of the game now with 11 minutes still left. 57-54 is the lead. Rebounding lead is back to a +5 again. Turnovers are back to level. Both teams shooting 42% from the field. So right now, really the difference is the free throws. We are +10 on makes in that department. Way too many misses, though. Ooh. I didn't see a foul get called on that one. I missed that. Another foul there. We get both free throws on that one. This game is definitely coming down to the charity stripe. Could very well decide this one today. Just a +2, 8.5 minutes to go, but we are in the double bonus. Draw another foul. Go to the free throw line. Grant Harrington makes them both. He's got 8 points. Tyler Bellamy, very quiet game, just 1 free throw made. But he's got 4 assists and 7 rebounds, so he's still contributing, but he's 0 for 6 from the field. Oh, traveling call as we work the ball inside and they come down and score quickly at the other end, but luckily we go down and answer. A lot of back and forth right now with both teams getting some points on the board. 6 minutes to play, and Air Force has tied the score. And we've turned that one over. That pass went out of bounds. And they throw that one away. We get it back. So both teams exchanging turnovers. Now both teams exchanging buckets. And it's 66-66. 5 minutes to play. Foul there. Puts us on the free throw line again. Ramey makes them both. And they come down and score. Low post. Another foul. Cordell Crosby gets both from the line. Finally, we're starting to make some free throws here at a pivotal time because it's 70-70 with just 4 minutes to play. 1 of 2 that time, though, and we trail by 1. We are not stopping Air Force right now. We need some defensive stops here, big time. It says we've got the momentum, but not sure how that's happened. 1 and 1, they miss it. Like I said, that was going to be critical, and it was, because they only ended up with 1 free throw attempt, where we're getting 2 every time. And with 1 minute to play, we just took the lead. It's 79-75. Timeout there. 4-point lead, 44 seconds left to play. Let's slow it down for that last little bit here. And ball in. Oh, foul called on the shot. He's going to get two free throws here. Garner makes the first. Misses the second. Harrington grabs a rebound. 30 seconds left to play. And Harrington's going to draw the foul. He's going to head to the free throw line again. Low-scoring affair for my team as my top scorer is Mickey Williams with 12. Runyon has 11. Henderson has 10. Williams has 9. And a couple guys with 8. Harrington has a chance to go to 10 points himself on this possession. Right now, leading scorer is Aaron Rivers with 15. 5 of 11 shooting for him. Their guards are definitely struggling, but so are mine. First free throw is a make for Harrington. That stretches the lead. And the second one's a make as well. So it's a 5-point game here with 29 seconds to play. And another media timeout. Okay, we got ball in, 25 seconds now, and counting. Ball out on the wing. The 3 is a miss. Rebound comes right back out. And we draw the foul now. 13 seconds. This looks like it'll be a win. Who is going to the line? It's going to be Edward Raby. If he makes both of his free throws, that will seal this game. He makes the first, that's 82. And the second, that's 83. That'll do it. 13 points. 7-point lead. Another TV. Oh, no. Air Force's last time out. Full court press now is on. 5 seconds. The 3 is good. Cuts the lead to 4. We inbound, and they immediately foul. Harrington's going to go to the line. There's only 1 second left on the clock. It's game over. It's a 2-possession game. He does miss the first, but it doesn't matter. It's a 4-point game. Now it's a 5-point game. 84-79 should be final unless they drain the three. The full court three is, well, he doesn't even get it off in time. So that's game. 84-79. We do get the victory. So we open up the conference schedule with a win. Nicely done, guys. Nicely done. Not a big stat day for us. But good team effort to get the win. That puts us to 6-6, but more importantly, that is our first win in the conference schedule. I'm trying to remember what exactly we had a season ago. Was it 5 wins? I think it was. No, it was more than that, wasn't it? Did we go 6-10? It's already slipped my mind on what we had last year. Okay, next up is Tulane. They are 8-4 overall. It is a road game again, so I actually expect this one to come out as a loss. I don't think we're going to get back-to-back here. Just based on their non-conference record, Tulane does appear to be a better team with 8 wins already. And as expected, that was a loss. 10 points. Carr had 14. Runyon had 18 points. Ramey had 13 off the bench. Henderson had 10. And let's see, 8 rebounds for Colt Carr. That's a nice production for him. But we do lose the game, so. I have an injured player. That could be bad. That could be bad because we're not going to be able to overcome injuries at the top. It is Nick King, the walk-on senior. Okay. Or is it Mickey Williams? Oh my goodness. Which one? Which one? Oh, don't I have... There we go. It's Mickey Williams. Well, actually, it's hard to tell which, really. But Mickey Williams has a mild concussion, just 2 days, so he'll be fine, hopefully, for our next game. Well, that's the second of the week, so yes. Mickey Williams will be back. Nick King, strained calf, 9 days on his. Now, meanwhile, on the recruiting front, I've already got 2 guys signed for next year in Watkins and Delord. We've got 2 roster spots left for next season, 2 scholarships available, and I've got my guys lined up for that. We've got a recruiting period coming up in the month of March. Will be kind of the next time where we actively need to bother with that. Let's go ahead and just finish this week off here.
You have new mail.
Okay, scouting reports coming up. Okay, next up is Hawaii. They are 5-8 overall, and we are at home. That's going to be our first home game, but they're still giving Hawaii a 60% chance of winning the game, and they've got advantage in a couple areas. little surprised that it's that strong of an advantage that they would think. Okay, we're kind of 50-50 for that next game. And then Baylor 40-60 and Pepperdine 35-65. Oof. Wow, we are outmatched big time on that one. So yeah, Pepperdine not looking too likely of grabbing a win. Let's get back out there and get through it. So this is our best shot here with this Hawaii game. Even though odds are it says Hawaii is favored, but being that we're at home and they are 5-8, I've got to think we've got a decent shot at this one. And we do get the win. Okay, 7-7, 2-1 now in conference. That's solid. Another road game coming up. This is our third in 4 games. Right. To open the conference schedule. Meanwhile, on the national front, Maryland leading the rankings, 16-1 record. We are already devoid of undefeated teams, so nobody's going undefeated this season. Florida is currently ranked 2nd in the nation. Ohio State is 3rd. And we got the win. We've had 2 wins on the road already, and we are 3-1 in conference. That is a fantastic start to our conference record, and our RPI has already jumped a good 30 spots or so. Baylor, meanwhile, though, is a pretty good squad. They've got an 8-7 record like we do. We are playing at home, but Baylor is definitely above our level. I'm not ready to change my expectations yet, but I'm very happy with 3 wins.
You have new mail. You have new mail.
Oof, look at that jump in RPI now. Okay, let's look back at Baylor again. Baylor's pretty comfortable, and then Pepperdine's supposed to be a tough one. Let's see, Mississippi coming up. Another tough one there, and St. Joe's. Not too bad on that one. 45% chance. But we are picked to lose all 4 of those games by a small margin. So if we get, really even 1 win in that chunk, that would put us at 4-4 and in decent shape. But if we manage to go 2-2, that would be amazing. Odds makers think that we're going to go 0-4 though in that stretch, so we'll see what happens. How about we go a day at a time? Okay, so here's the Baylor game. It is a home game. That's got to boost our chances quite a bit. And it turns into a victory. Oh my goodness. Pepperdine on the road, even though they are 8-9, this was the most lopsided by the odds makers, meaning that's the best team that we'll have gone up against up to this point. But at the moment, Tulane leads the league with Oregon State, St. Joe's, us, and Vanderbilt at the top. We're already 4 games ahead of Air Force, a few games Look at that, Pepperdine, 1-4. North Carolina, Greensboro, Georgia Southern, and Hawaii all at 1-4 in conference. Team history. Do I have school records? Okay, now that's the regular one. Season recap. 11-16 a year ago, and I think we had, what was it? Did we have 5 wins? Non-conference? Which would have meant we had 6-10. Yeah. I believe that's what we were at. I think we were 5-6, which is the same thing we were this season, non-conference wise. And then I think we were 6-10 and got ever so slightly ended up being relegated. Tiebreaker going against us. So 6 wins was the mark from a season ago. 7 would have been enough, and probably would almost certainly be enough this season. So we are more than halfway towards what we need for survival. Even though we're near the top of the league, I'm still looking at us and the odds makers going, well, odds are against us. Quality of the team's not there. I've got 3 seniors in the starting lineup that are about to leave us. But for the most part, we are still lacking quality. Which is why 2 of my recruits from this last year, 2 freshmen, straight into the starting 5, not redshirting. Just true freshmen right into the starting 5. And I would expect that we'll get 1 or 2 more this next season as well, heading straight into the starting 5. All right, Pepperdine, heavily favored, but the standings look favorable. We are on the road, though, so I would still think that Pepperdine is going to be the odds-on favorite for this game. 40-45% chance of winning. We'll check the box score on this one, see win or lose. It is a loss. Start balancing things out. In fact, we lose by 20, so Pepperdine's quality starts to show through. Carr scores 25. And if I'm thinking correctly, it's Runyon and Harrington are the 2 freshmen. I think. Is that the case? Yeah, Carr's already at max potential. Runyon, 4 stars potential. And Harrington, 4.5 star. Yeah. I think I got that right. Who's who? Other ways to check, but I'm pretty sure I got that right. Alright, well, let's get back, finish the week off. Even though that was a loss, was to be expected. Meanwhile, though, St. Joe's is coming up, and they are 13-4. We might be at home, but St. Joe's is really good compared to us.
You have new mail.
Okay, so Vanderbilt, another one coming up, and oh my goodness, That's massively lopsided. Oregon State probably would be as well. Not as much. Not as much. Giving us a little bit of a chance there. How bad was it with St. Joe's? Wow. Actually not. It's because we're playing at home. It's because we're playing at home that they're giving us a little bit of a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. Hey, RPI inside the top 200. I think that might be the first time I've seen us inside the top 200 in this playthrough. So that's positive. Progress being made. Oh, and we beat St. Joe's. We got the win. 80-66. Carr, 8 points. Runyon, just 4 points. Carr had 10 boards. Bellamy with 18. Williams off the bench with 15. There's a plus 16 for freshman Richard Reiner. So we went on a bit of a run in that one. Nice halftime lead. Continued to build on it in the second half. It looks like we led through most of the game. Led by 22 at one point. Okay, Mississippi on the road. I would expect that to be a loss. 9-9 team on the road. But that is our 5th win now in conference. Still expect that record to level off a bit. But remember, 6 last year was not quite enough. 7 would be. So we're just a couple wins away from securing our future. And if we happen to be mid-table or above 500, that would be fantastic. See, I'm starting to go glass, not just quarter full, but glass, like a third full. Because there is a chance. Team's getting better all the time. It's definitely helping that it's now the second year, and the players that are back, all those seniors, have played in the system for 2 years. They're more used to it. They might not have a lot of quality, but they're a lot more adjusted to it now. We dropped to 5-3 in conference. Next up is the Beavers. And they are relatively good, 12-7. For a real-life Power 5 program, they're pretty much on the low end of the prestige scale, and have struggled a bit in recent years. They had a little bit of excitement built. Let's see, how long ago was that now? Close to a decade ago now. For about 3 seasons, maybe 4. Don't quote me on that. I don't know the exact number, as I was a Duck.
You have new mail.
They were on the other side of the rivalry. I try not to hate on them too much, but anyway, former President Barack Obama, his brother-in-law was the coach of the Oregon State Beavers for a while. Michelle Obama's brother. Georgia Southern, 9-10. North Carolina Greensboro. We got top 30 candidates. Maryland's top guy. There's one of the reasons why they're on top. They have 3 losses now, by the way. So a lot of beating each other up. Top of the standings. Survival of the fittest instead of the typical top teams winning the day. Oh, look at that. Georgia Southern. We're the favorite? We're at home. That's the only reason for it. You get that home bonus. North Carolina Greensboro, almost favorite, also at home. So I've got a decent chance at getting both of those games. We've still got Oregon State and Vanderbilt coming up, though, and we are not favored for those. But if I can get 2-2, we will be secure. Now let's go one day at a time, huh? Let's see what happens here. Okay. Matchup with the Beavers here at the end of January. Not likely to get this one, but we're a home team. Home teams should do well, right? Oh, yeah. I like it. It was close, but it's a win. 88-73, slender halftime lead. Ever so slightly larger lead at the end of the game. Not much back and forth. Both teams led by less than 10 at any point, so it was always a close game. But lead was not changing hands very often. Points in the paint, the edge went to them. Fast break went to us. Player of the game, Tyler Bellamy, the senior, with 17 points, 6 assists, and 5 boards for him. You can see that most of the players on the positive side of the plus-minus. We shot 40%. They shot 47%. Free throws just 75-93. It's amazing that we came away with the win. Not quite sure how we did it based on the overall team stats. Carr had 10 points. Mickey Williams, 10 boards for him. That's a pretty good day. A lot of balanced scoring. A lot of guys in double digits. Yeah, a little surprising based on kind of the overall stats. A little surprising how we pulled that one off because they've kind of got the edge just about everywhere. Vanderbilt's 13-7. I expect this one to go down as a loss, but we've already managed to get one win this week, and we've already managed to match the win total in conference from last season. Just one away from likely safety. Last season I thought 6 was going to be enough for safety. It wasn't. January's come to an end, so we've got our autosave running. And that's not something I feel comfortable turning off. If you have played any of the Draft Day Sports games from Wolverine Studios, there are occasional crashes. They're not too buggy as games go, especially for a small studio like this. But there are occasional crashes. More often it kind of happens as you leave one season and go to enter another. But crashes do happen, like I said, on occasion. So I like keeping the autosave feature active, even though it takes a little bit of time there. Alright, so Vanderbilt still coming up. It is game day now. They are 13-7, which is only 2 games better than us, but we are on the road and clearly outmatched. I mean, we're quite fortunate to be 6-3. Drop that one. 6-4 6-4 now. We got UNC Greensboro coming up. Apparently they opt to go by north. Home game. Good chance on this one. And that 7th win, that would be a nice sigh of relief.
You have new mail.
Ooh. Air Force coming up a second time. Decent odds on. And we played them on the road last time and got the win. Texas Christian, TCU. 50-50 chance on that one, and that's on the road. They're 3-7 in conference. Now that we are at the 10-game mark, let's go ahead and check in on the standings. Let's see how we're looking. Got quite a few teams here inside the top 100 in RPI. And then one team way down at the bottom, and it's our next opponent that's actually still inside top 100. But Air Force just 1-9. And let me think. What kind of cushion do I need for safety? Well, there's still 6 games to play. So nobody is eliminated yet, and I'm not safe over any teams yet. So we're going to have to get a couple of games further along to start really playing that game. But we're still in the top half of the standings. I don't expect to be in the promotion zone, but it looks like we at least could make the playoffs and not get eliminated this year. We are safe by a few games right now with 6 to play. So that's a decent margin to have. Thinking it's looking likely that we will be safe this season. But we'll find out here shortly. A win here should just about do it. Meanwhile, glancing at some other things. Back here, top 25, it's still Maryland, Florida, Georgia Tech, and North Carolina. Arizona and Utah are up there, and Duke down in 17th. Gonzaga has been climbing back up here recently, up to 20th. I don't think anybody from my conference is into the top 25, and no, they are not. And meanwhile, we lose massively at home on this one. Total blowout in the second half. Game was a bit back and forth through halftime, but they absolutely ran away with it in the second half. That one's going to hurt. Georgia Southern is up next. Not sure what their record is because their name's a little too long. Georgia Southern, 4-7 in conference, 9-13 on the season. We are at home. That's a game that we've got a chance on. What was 53%. Look at that. And at home. Another chance for that 7th win. .500 on the season overall. If we can win this Georgia Southern game, that'll put us at over 500, both for the season and for our conference ratings, as we are 6-5 right now. It is game day. I'd really like to air one more, but we are just about at the end of the time on this episode, so we might just run out the rest of the season here. Especially if I get the win on this one. I think we might be comfortable, and we do. We got the win. We got the win. Final score 103-89. Not a large victory, but got the job done. First half. Wow, points in the paint. That was very much a game played in the post. Bit of fast break going. Georgia Southern was decent at it, but they only ever led by 1, and that was very much at the beginning of the game. And then we pulled away early on, led by as much as 20, won by 14. 24 points for the freshman, Brennan Runyon. 11 of 12 shooting. What a fantastic performance by Brennan Runyon. 5 boards to go with it. Amazing from him. Mickey Williams had 16. Rainey had 15. And so did Michael Henderson. Double check where we're at. Mickey Williams, another injury somewhere here. I don't know when. I probably missed it, but he's got a sore knee. He'll be out for 5 more days. Okay, now at 7-5, there's 4 games left to play. Now we can start playing the scenario game. Now we are out of contention for these top teams. We're -2 to the top 4 teams, and I really don't think I'm strong enough to pick that up. We're a team that's kind of just making it, and I would still very much not be surprised at all if we go, like, say, 8-8 and just get 1 win in the last few here. But even so, where are we at now? 4 to play. Air Force, we're safe from them. We've got 2 more teams that can only match us if they go perfect the rest of the way, and we lose all 4. So we're getting close to safety. Getting very close. 1 more win will almost guarantee it. Coupled with some others losing. But TCU here on the road, even though they are below us in the standings, it's going to be a tough matchup for us. It's amazing to me that the number 1 team in the country is 20-6. But the beauty of that really is
You have new mail.
what we're facing with
You have new mail.
this playthrough. Oh, hello. I have some news. Hawaii Scouting Report. We'll play them again. We got Tulane coming up again. Semi-finalists. Still the center from Maryland on top. But there you go. Brandon Lofton has signed on, so we got our 3rd guy. So Lofton, very good. Let's go ahead and check in. Last I had seen, we were actually only 4th on his list. And let's see, we're in evaluation period. It's March 19th when we have this. Contact period coming up, so we still got a month to go until that's coming. But let's take a look at these guys and see where we're at now, as we have just 1 left. So Watkins already signed. He's got... Oh, wait. What is my... oh man, what is... Because it's changed. School info. This is important. 980 SAT score. Okay, 980. By the way, conference prestige is a 49. Team prestige is just 31. So I've got some work to do on that one. It dropped quite a bit after getting relegated last year. So 980. I need to check that, make sure everybody is safe and secure. Because, 1,000. That's close, Watkins. That is close. For somebody with a 3.0 GPA, that is not a very good SAT score. Wolfolk. There's Hunter. They're all secure. JC sophomore transfer, DeLord. So this is my first JC transfer, so he should have an immediate impact. I would expect that he'll be the starting center next year. We've already got our starting shooting guard and power forwards, our freshmen right now. So Lofton could potentially be a starter next year, and then point guard is another one that we're kind of looking at. Robinson. Howland. Caspers does not qualify. 2.9 GPA. SAT score is too low. Let's go ahead and get him off our list. Lofton is clear. 1070. 3.0. And number 1 on his list, so we've made it. Turner. Walcott. Cook. Thiago. Robinson. Okay. Oh, who's my 4th guy? Hunter. Jamal Hunter. This is the other one we're looking at, so he's a center, which basically means power forward between him and Delord, or center of future with Delord more the immediate starter. Cares about location, and he's from Beaverton, just outside of Portland. School's based in Portland, so that's all good. Let's go ahead and watch film and scout him live again. That'll help boost my ratings too, as I'm not great at scouting. We're definitely getting there. We are definitely getting there. By the way, I am out of time for this episode, so let's get through those games, huh? Sim through the week. TCU. Four to play. 1 win in the next 2, and I'd say that's going to be enough. And we got it. We got it. We are 8-5 in conference, 13-11 on the season, and we have Air Force coming up next, who is last place in the league, and we very well could get a win there as well. Now we're starting to look at potential rubber band. Can we get back up to the next conference? I mean, we are 8-5. It looked like it was out of reach, though. I really don't think. So, when it comes to promotion, okay, relegation's simple. Bottom 4 at the end of the season go down. We had 5 teams in the bottom. We had a tiebreaker. I lost that tiebreaker. I went down. But bottom 4 out. Promotion, a little different. Top 3 go up. The 4th spot goes to the conference tournament winner. Now, if one of the top 3 happen to win it, then we have a scale down from there. Air Force, we win 71-60, but I have an injured player. We're going to have to take a look at that here in a moment and see maybe who's down on minutes. It's hard to tell. Could be Harrington, could be Williams. Carr had 17 points. We got 15 from Bellamy. And we had a big halftime lead, so that game was locked up. In fact, we scored first and never trailed. But we have an injury. Colt Carr, strained hamstring, 9 days. Doesn't make much of a difference right now, as we are 9-5, 14-11. So we've gotten the job done. Anyway, top 3, guaranteed promotion. Winner of the conference tournament gets the 4th spot. If it's one of those top 3, then it goes to whoever the highest finisher was outside of the top 3 in that conference tournament. So, like, say you lose the final, but St. Joe's wins, then you get promoted in that 4th spot. Or if these 3 teams all make the semifinal and one of them go on to win, but you are the other team in the semifinal, then you go on. Or if there's tiebreakers, depending on how deep into the tournament you get. So top 4, we're just 1 game below Vanderbilt, and Tulane. And look who we play next. Look who we play next, huh? Tulane. Well, well, well. Got those wheels turning at the moment. Now, that's a much better team than us, but we're playing at home. So this turned out to be a very good season. We are guaranteed plus 500 now for the year. We've only got 2 conference games left to play, so if we lose both, we're still 9-7. We're 14-11 overall, so we lose both, we're 14-13. So guaranteed 500 on the year. However, we do have that conference tournament coming up. At most, you can only lose 1 game there, so I guess the worst we could do is 14-14. But exciting stuff. It's only taken 2 seasons to turn this team around and go from absolute crap to tolerable. Maybe better than tolerable. Let's see here what happens with the Tulane game. I'm already 10 minutes over time for this episode, so no chance to actually watch the whole thing. This would be the game to watch, though, because this would be our shot at promotion this season, our shot at the top 3 by knocking off one of the teams that's in the top 4 right now. And we won it. And we have another injured player. 85-75. Strained knee for Runyon. Ouch. 2 starters injured. It's a miracle we won that game. One game left. It is Hawaii. That's a winnable game. They're just 9-17. And winning both, an 11-5, might be enough. Probably not, but it might be. And having Runyon and Carr both hurt does not help our chances in this game. Okay, my RPI is up to 116 now. So after one pretty sad and pathetic year, just like that, we're up to adequate, to okay, to decent, somewhere in there. Oh, we dropped that final game. So 10-6, final record in conference. 15-12, final record on the season. I do have a conference tournament coming up, but no, there's no way that I'm going to win that tournament. I could have a postseason appearance. It's certainly not going to be the NCAA tournament. There's no way that with 15-12 record that we're going to get there, but I could make, like CBI, CIT. Probably not the NIT. Probably one of the bottom 2, but I suppose that means I've got another episode to go to wrap this season up, because I am absolutely out of time right now. So I guess that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Be sure to hit that like button and tune in next time as I continue my journey with this team, and then we'll go off into that postseason and see where we're at. Let's take a quick look at the final standings as we head on out. St. Joe's just making their way into the top 25, 14-2 in conference, very dominant this year, 12-0 at home. Vanderbilt, automatic promotion. Baylor Bears, automatic promotion. 12-4 ended up being the mark, so we missed it by 2 whole games. Even if we had won that final game and gotten 11-5, we still would have been short. But that is still outstanding season. Middle of the standings, really. Upper middle. So that was good. I mean, we finished above Ole Miss. We finished above Oregon State. So some pretty good teams in the dust behind us. Even TCU just 5-11. Bye for now.